everybody. Good morning to you. How are you? Hope you're having a good morning. So I'm waking up this morning with my what I call my Superman coffee. It's really, really strong. After you get done drinking it, you feel like you can leap over a 20-story building. And I'm settling down to react to Foodie Beauty because she was live last night and she was a grumpy, frumpy mess. And why was she grumpy and frumpy and just crabby and just complaining? She did a live call. We are not separated. We are separating. So are we just splitting hairs for the sake of doing live, Chantal? Is that what we're doing? You're so lacking in content that you got to split hairs to find ideas to make up reasons to do lives? It would seem so. I mean, you came online for what? To complain because first your live was called Corrections. That was the original title, was Corrections. So people tuned in to see what exactly you meant about corrections. Then you changed the title to We Are Not Separated, We Are Separating. So because people were asking questions about you and Salah and saying, why are you acting the way that you're acting if you're basically done? I heard that in this live, you're saying, no, we're not done. We're separating, but we're not separated. So we still got a marriage. Is that what happened? So if you are not really separated from your husband, you are still technically married and there are no plans to divorce, why in the world were you asking people to give you a bunch of money to fund your life back in Canada? Does that even make sense? You're asking people for the money to get you an apartment. You're asking money from people for the first and last month's rent, for the security deposit, for the furniture. And now in this newest live, I heard that you're actually asking people for money for let's just say a fun adult fun doll. The Beezers pay for everything, don't they? And this is so on par with you that you get done with one grift, here comes another. That one gets done, here comes another. You're literally making up reasons to get money from people. And the Beezers are dumb enough to keep giving you money. So whatever, it's their money, but it just the level of stupidity over there is astounding. Anyway, yeah, we're going to go over her live. I got my Superman coffee. I'm in a mood though. I mean, just seeing Foodie and hearing her voice has put me in a mood already. But I love y'all. The mood, the attitude, Rose is not for you. It's for her. But I'll tell you what, I got something that's going to make my mood a little better, at least for a minute. Why don't we go on over and do the Twitter peeps? Because I got some cute stuff to show you guys. So you guys know what time it is. It's time for the Twitter peeps. All right, it is time for the Twitter peeps, and I'm all set and ready to go. That's what happens when you drink cowboy coffee or Superman coffee. You're set and ready to go ahead of time. That's right. That caffeine will kick you in the butt. All right, so for those of you that are on Twitter that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, I do these peeps for you so you guys can keep up without being there. So let's start with nature is amazing. Skunks have a tough attitude. Look how cute he is, that little stinker. And yes, people do keep skunks as pets. It is possible once you take the glands out so that they can't, spray you. But little rascals they are. Look at him. He's so cute. Look at that fluffy tail. Look at the tail. I love the little stomps. Oh, they get mad. They start stomping at you. Look, stomping at the dog and playing with the cat. Oh. See, looking at this is making me feel better. I can look at this all day. Okay, Ghost Crab says, I just don't know get how Salah can let himself be terrorized by Chantal. He has every single advantage. She screams at you, pack her stuff, and throw her out. She demands you drive her, just don't. She insults your family, just leave her stranded at the mall. Like, where's the problem? You know, on the surface, Ghost Crab, on paper, that makes sense. But then there's the reality of Foodie. We got to remember she's highly manipulative. She's got an explosive temper. And she herself has said that she is verbally abusive. She's manipulative, and she'll do anything to get her way. She's a bit of a thrower, is Chantal. She throws things at people. But she is emotionally abusive. But dealing with a 550-pound problem, not easy. You can't exactly pick that person up and put them in the car and drive them to the airport. I mean, they are in Syria. The nearest airport is hours and hours away. Can you imagine being the person that has to deal with her, taking her to the airport? Like she is a mad bull that will not be moved. And who knows what she's saying? Who knows what she's doing when the camera's turned off? It's one thing to say, hey, why don't you get rid of this person? But it's another thing to actually get rid of them, especially if they're as evil as Foodie. Antidepressant content says kitten was stressed and calling for her mama cat. When she answered, the kitten was relieved. Aw, look. Look at those little ears. I can't get over the ears. Look at that little baby with the great big ears. Aw, sweet little thing. Mama's like, breakfast. Come get your breakfast. Milk bar is open. That is so sweet. What a beautiful family. All right. Enigma 2025 says she did say that they were separated in the last stream, but tonight she said they're not until she's left. So she's splitting hairs again. Chantal is exerting control where she has none. She's trying to walk it back, what she said. She decided to tell people that they were separated, and she said that in an effort to get money from people. She said, we are separating, we'll soon be divorced. That way the Beezers would give up their money for whatever it is she needed for her rent. They gave up the money, and now that she's got the money, and now that there's really not much more coming in, now she's changing the tone of things and say, oh, we're not really separated yet. Because when people were pointing out to her, Chantal, why are you getting upset if Salah wants to go and hang out with the family or go do his own thing? You're separated. He doesn't owe you anything anymore. It's a done deal. Contract over. Marriage over. Now she's walking it back to make it seem like she still has a say-so over Salah. You don't, Chantal. He's waiting for you to leave. The family is waiting for you to leave, and they can't wait to get your butt out of there. You're squatting like a toad, and you need to get gone. But let's watch the clip.
We're separated, but we still have to live together till I leave. And we just separated. Like,
speaking of that, Chantal, if two people were in a relationship for real, I'm going to humor you and just say the whole thing between you and Salah was for real. Let's just say it was for real, even though it wasn't. But let's just say it was for real. And then these two people break up. They say, we are done. No more relationship. The moment that that happens, regardless of what, if both still have leftover feelings and love for each other, at that point, the dynamic changes. The moment that both parties agree, we are done, And soon we're going to be moving on. And the only thing holding us together is this dwelling, because we have to figure out a place to live. We got to go our separate ways, and that may take a minute. But even still, when you live with somebody, the dynamic changes. You have no right to ask the person, where are they going? What are they doing? Who are they with? Because it's over. You can't do that. You can't claim ownership rights over someone. You shouldn't be doing it anyway, but you especially can't do it if the relationship is over and they're just waiting for you to move on. Can't do that. You are a control freak and you're trying to control him and make it seem like, oh, I'm still here and I'm still the wife. I still have rights. He's still got to report back to me. He's still got to respect me while I'm here. No, he doesn't. You're in his house. You understand that? You are in his house, madam, his dwelling. So if he wants to have 20 women all up in there, what are you going to do about it? You're both done. He still has to respect me. No, he doesn't. He has to respect you based on what? The relationship is over. If he wants to have 200 beautiful women all up in there, not a doggone thing you can do about it. Nothing. What are you going to do? Throw a temper tantrum? Is that the most you can do? You're going to make threats? You also need to remember that you're not back in Canada with your behavior. You're in Syria. You don't have the home field advantage. I'd be watching what I was doing and what I was saying if I was you. And this is not me making threats to you. I'm just making you aware of the fact that you don't have the privilege that you think you do when you're in other countries. You are at a disadvantage, and the best thing you can do is behave yourself. But go ahead.
We've been married 3 years, so how do people expect us to just be like, okay, we're done, no feelings at all?
You know what? Feelings don't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if the marriage is real, it doesn't matter. You're going to have your feelings. He's going to have his feelings. But both parties have decided we're going to move on. And for the time being, we're just living in the same space. As a matter of fact, you're living in his space. He's waiting for you to get out of his space.
Like, give me a break. Like, you're gonna see your family the whole rest of your life, every single day, every hour, every minute, every second. You're never, when I leave here, believe me, you're never gonna see me or talk to me again.
And I'm sure he is just counting every hour, every minute, every second until you have to leave. Have you given him a date? Have you told him exactly when he's going to drive you to the airport? I'm sure he's like crossing off the days on the calendar.
So, like, you know,
Like, you know what? What?
he should have tried to convince you to come and tried to include you. No, I like if he doesn't want me there, I'd rather him be honest about it. But then don't talk to me, don't ask me for anything in life. Bye. Except Julia, that's it. I don't want to like be in contact. That's not what happened. I was supposed to go with him to this park with his
This whole incident about being invited to it was it a wedding or a celebration? I'm not exactly sure. But this is much ado about nothing. Like, this is nothing that she should be getting mad about for hours. This is the kind of stuff you just let go, This is not a big deal. All right? You're mad because of what, Chantal? Because he invited you somewhere and you wanted him to beg you to go, and because he didn't beg you or get on his knee and say, "My queen, will you please go with me? I would just be over the moon with your presence." Because he didn't go over the top with his response, you got mad and you didn't go, and then he decided to go. Much ado about nothing. You're blowing something up that really shouldn't be blown up.
family. And I got ready, but then I was like, I just commented, I was like, I don't know, because he was like, okay, it's time to go. And I was like, I don't know if I want to go. I'm kind of like nervous, like just, I don't know why, but, and then
This has to do with the incident where she was just freaking mad because he didn't beg her to go. Pfft. Oh boy. Tad Von B says, guys, let me remind you again that I'm desirable and we still have you know what. No, you don't. No, you don't. Let's watch the clip.
it's so hard to just like, so that's why when I said like, you have to realize like we're not actually acting like we're separated. Like we still call each other babe and stuff. And we still like, oh,
I seriously doubt that. I seriously doubt that he's calling you babe. Listen, I'm gonna throw some dice and I'm gonna gamble. And I'm gonna take a guess that in order to keep the peace, in order to not trigger Chantal, in order to just hold on for as long as he needs to hold on, Salah is staying away from Chantal. Because I'm sure whenever he gets near her, they fight, they yell, they scream. She nags, she whines, she complains, she drives him insane. So his way of dealing with her is not to engage her in fighting, but to leave her alone. See, Chantal doesn't understand that, there's the hot, noisy anger, and then there's the quiet, cold, silent anger. I've experienced both in my life. Different people have different ways of handling things. And Salah's way is he has the quiet, cold, silent anger that if he's unhappy with you, he's going to stay away from you. He's not going to talk to you. He's going to put as much distance between himself and you as possible. She's the kind that she likes hot, noisy, passionate anger. She feeds off that negative energy and he is not giving it to her.
sweet love and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, there's still like a lot of physical stuff, and you know what I mean?
Chantal, he ain't effing you. You know he's not effing you. That is not happening. No. And I'm not being mean saying that. I know he's not effing you. You want to know how I know? Madam, listen here. If he were breaking your back, if the two of you were in bed and he was turning your bed into splinters, you'd be in a much more pleasant mood. That's how I know. If you were getting your bells rang, you would be happy. But you've been nothing but a grumpy, frumpy mess. You ain't getting none, sweetheart. You are getting none. Might as well call you Sister Chantal because you get none in the morning, none in the afternoon, and none at night. You get none. And you are frustrated because you're getting none. He's not touching you. That it is what it is. Just take it as it is.
So it's like, I don't think that it'll really, the separation will be fully realized until I'm actually gone.
You're trying to insinuate that while you're there, that you and him are knocking boots. The only thing he's knocking against is a door to let you know that, he's got takeout for you. That's all he's doing for you. All right, Debbie's World says, we know it was him, not her, because she's the one that's whining, crying, throwing fits because he's not paying enough attention to her. He, on the other hand, is acting quiet, reserved, and staying away from her. All the things that you would do if you were disengaging from a relationship. Yes, agree. And not only that, but that's also what you would do if you are around a abusive person. You're just trying to limit your contact. And she is an abusive person. So he's staying away from her because he knows he gets near her, she's going to be just a complete terror. Debbie's World also says, yeah, I guess this has to do with Pete's. Says, yeah, she totally abandoned him, not twice, 3 times. And she'll do it again to him and leave him without a home again. You'll see. We all know this. We know what she's going to do to Pete's because it's happened before. And I think Pete's even knows, but he just doesn't care. So if he's making the choice to live with Chantal, knowing full well, he's got full knowledge of who she is and what she does, he's literally making a choice to walk into a bunch of trouble. And if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. He's the biggest fool in the world for doing it. But that's what he wants to do. He wants to be a fool. And go ahead, Pete, but we're not going to feel sorry for you if she uses you again. Debbie's World also says, what is she talking about? She's got an apartment and she's leaving him. Why is there all this monotonous conversation and dysfunctional interaction between the two of them? Why is it necessary to her? She should just be disengaging from him so she can get on with her ugly life. Agreed. Like if she's going to be gone at the end of the month, that's what, in another couple of weeks, just kind of shift into getting used to him not being around. Just busy her mind with what she's going to do and how she's going to do it. Just start to like mentally prepare for being without him. She's not doing it. She's trying to hold on to him. Oh, no cats, no life. Bro is comfy. That's a cool cat right there. What's that old saying? Cooler than the other side of the pillow? No, cooler than the cat underneath the blanket. Cat's got the right idea. Aw, beauty of nature, best friends. This is so sweet. Look at that beautiful, beautiful cats. The panther's gorgeous. That cougar is pretty too. Okay, what else we got here? Nature is phenomenal. If you're having a bad day, watch this. Here you go, Goose Chuck. This is for Goose Chuck, even though she shows me ugly pictures of Chantal and makes me nauseous. I'm showing something happy instead. What is that? Is that a sheep? These sheep are happy. Happy sheep. Aw, cats that make you go, awesome. Firefighter rescued this kitten and now the kitten won't leave his side. Oh, look at the baby. Cat distribution system. It even works on firefighters. Bro, listen, take the kitty back to the firehouse. And then when your shift is over, just take kitty home. It's over. It's done. You hear me? Like that baby was delivered to you for a reason. Just don't even try to fight it. Look, she's being still. She's being a good girl. Beauty of nature. For those that need something to smile about today, how about some ducks eating watermelon and peas? They're just happy eating those watermelon and peas. Oh, and some sidebar news about Amberlyn Reed. Amberlyn Reed is back in hot water, but here's something from Natalia. So there is a channel called The Ankle. I'm sure some of you are familiar with The Ankle. The Ankle says he's been in talks with Emily and will have a video in about a week due to a strike. Oh, so Amberlyn struck the ankle? Boo. Boo, Amber. I don't watch him anymore, but I'll be curious about this. Emily should not talk to multiple reaction channels, though, maybe 3 max anymore, and things will get mixed up. So, little screenshot. So here's the ankle saying, oh, She's so lucky I got a strike. See you in a week, Amber. Edit. I was in talks with Emily this morning to get the video for y'all. So bet that's that led to it. Oh, so I keep hearing about a certain video or videos that Emily has, and Amber was freaking out about that. So is that what the angle is going to show? I don't know. Antidepressant content. Look, this man's got a traveling companion. Kitty's all up on his shoulder. Pretty girl. Yog says weekend relaxation, not a care in the world. You know, when you see an animal sleep like this, it shows that they are very comfortable. They feel very safe, very secure. So if you have a pet and they sleep with their belly up, that is the ultimate sign of trust. That they trust you, they trust the environment, they feel very secure. Otherwise, they don't sleep like that because the belly is a very vulnerable area for an animal. All right, so moving on, we're going to go over to Chantal, and I don't know how much of this I'm going to capture. I'm over here having my Superman coffee, and she's just in a grumpy, frumpy mood. Whatever. We'll zip through it. I love the fast forward button. I do. It serves a great purpose here, doesn't it? All right, let's see what she's grumpy about this time.
Do you like it, Lan? It's Yellow Jackets. Kind of tired of it. It's okay, but you know. Nocturnal, yeah, it's like 5 a.m. Like, ugh.
By the way, Chantal, since we're here, since you just revealed that it is 5 o'clock in the morning in Syria, girl, you're over there trying to paint this picture like you and Salah knocked the boots, but it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's the weekend. Where's your husband? Obviously, he's not with you. But it's 5 a.m. and your man ain't there. It's 5 a.m. and your butt isn't in bed getting a workout. But you want everybody to believe the two of you are having this passionate affair, that he's knocking your boots before you leave. Who are you trying to fool? Stop it.
I don't like sleeping through the day here.
Yes, you do. You do like sleeping through the day. And you like to be up all night because, hey, I understand part of the reason, because that's when you get the best internet because most people are asleep. That's when you like to do your live streams. But you also like to be up at night because you like to have beam moments. You want to sit there and eat and do what you want with nobody watching.
You never know, like, if someone's gonna stop by. Arson. Poker Face? No. Yellow Jackets was so good. Your husband's been in bed since 8 p.m. Hey, kitty. I have no idea, Brooke. I mean, things just happen on a whim here. It's 9 p.m. Hey, Charlotte. Scrape. What's the correction? Well, 3 a.m. to work. Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to speed her up. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those. Man, how do I speed her? How do I speed her up? Can I speed her up? Where is it? They get subtitles. Doggone it. How do I, you know what? Oh, there we go. Thank you. We're going to speed her up a little bit. You guys okay with that? Because she just takes too long anymore just to form words.
You must have to go to bed at like 7. Try to get rest. I tried. I was like laying in bed and I couldn't sleep.
But I thought you said you and Salah were like being passionate with each other. Girl, if he were breaking your back, you'd be sleeping like a baby. Then again, thinking about it, baby carrots really can't give you too much of a workout. Oh, did I say that out loud?
So I want to make a correction because I'm so annoyed with people commenting. No, Cody, I couldn't get into it. Hey, Ray, strawberries, how are you back? Why? What the hell? Oh, I swear you people are going to be the death of me. That and Shisha. And possibly Nashies. Hit the like, thank you.
No. Chantal over there, strawberries, how are you back? Well, the only way that could happen is if you unblock them, stupid. You're the content creator. You're the only one who could unblock somebody.
Nobody likes me. Anyways, you're about to like me even less because I'm sassy today. Made the account 7
Yeah, well, you're sassy. I'm sassier. I got my Superman coffee. You better watch it.
hours ago. I am going to correct something about our relationship. We are not separated until I leave here, okay? You people. Welcome salam, Heidi. While I'm here, we are still acting as per usual, all right?
Acting. We're still acting. Acting. I love that. I love the fact that she said that. We're still acting. He still has to act as my husband, even though he never was my husband. And I'm going to act like his wife, even though I never was his wife. It was simply a YouTube marriage. And that's not a real marriage, Chantal. That's just a marriage as part of a script. It's a written in part. And the part is soon going to be over. Thank goodness.
Hey, Sneakerhead. Like, we have to live together. People think that, like, it's just so easy to just, like, separate while you're still living together. And, like, he's just gonna go and do whatever he wants, and I'm just gonna do whatever I want. It's not like that. We have mutual respect for each other. Nobody knows what agreements we've made behind the scenes. Nobody knows what terms and boundaries we've set.
Agreements that we've made behind the scenes. Terms. Does anybody else find that weird that she said it like that? Does anybody else find out like the terminology? It matters. Okay, if you ever want to know how a person is thinking, feeling, you don't just pay attention to what they're saying, you pay attention to how they're saying it. Like the words they use point to their thoughts, it points back to their thoughts. So, terms and agreements, it sounds more like a contract. Again, Chantal. It sounds like a contract. Terms and agreements. If it's a real marriage, the marriage is over. The marriage is over. Time to move on. Time for him to move on. But you're still talking like he's under contract.
So nobody should be speaking on what he should be doing and what I should be doing when you don't know anything about the situation, okay?
You know why people are speaking on it, Chantal? Because you made a point to come online and you told people that the two of you would be separating and soon divorcing. And that's why you needed people's money. You said, send me money because we are separated. I got to go home. I'm not meant to be here. I need to be back in Canada where I can do what I want. I can say what I want. We will soon be divorcing. So give me your cash. And there are Beezers in your audience. They want to see you back in Canada because they're tired of the boring content, this boring trash that you call a live stream. They're done. Just for the chance, the sliver of a chance of something entertaining, they want you back in Canada. And they're willing to pay money to get you back there. And they gave a lot of money. Now that you've gotten all that you can from them, now you're walking it back just a bit. You're being very careful with your words. You know, you like to do that. You like to be very, very careful, you know, hopping from one foot to the other. changing the terminology, keeping some guesswork. You're breadcrumbing people, keeping people hanging on. You're leading them on. You're hamstringing them, making them think, "Oh, she's really going back to Canada." Maybe you are. Maybe you're just waiting around to see what money you can get out of your beezers before you go. Because once you go and they figure out you lied, that you're not going to do entertaining content. You're going to sit your butt in a room, smoke your green products, get stoned out of your head, eat a bunch of food, act the fool. They're going to be mad at you. And you're going to lose money off your channel because a lot of beezers are going to disappear. So you are preparing for the mass exodus by getting all of you can out of them right now.
So, yeah. Hey, Wally. Business as usual. There's terms and conditions. Yeah, right, Ray. Like, I don't know how more people get that. I know it's like confusing, but like, it's very personal at the same time. Hey, Katie. No, there's no reporting or anything. I'm just saying that because of comments of people saying things like, well, you're separated, so he doesn't have to report to you.
He doesn't. If the separation is real, if the marriage is real, he doesn't have to report to you. He doesn't.
No, you don't know what agreements we've made.
He doesn't have to honor your agreements. He doesn't. You big old cheapskate. I bet you're not even giving him the money that you owe him. Like whatever you pay him per month, you cheapskate. I bet you're not giving him the money. You're in his house. You're not paying rent. The fact that you're still there, that's enough grace, I think. Because if the contract is over, it's over. What's to stop him from driving your butt to the airport and dropping you off? He's giving you enough grace, just letting you stay there so you can find a place to live. And according to you, you've already found one, so get gone.
While we're still living together, what agreements we've come to, how we're going to live together, So
you're still trying to maintain ownership over him. When are you going to learn, Foodie, that people are people? They're not objects that you cannot buy. You can't buy a person. No matter the amount of money you spend on them, they don't belong to you. See, that's always been your problem. You think that if you spend money on a guy, that he belongs to you. You don't want a partner. You want a slave. Yeah, I said it because that's what it is. It's slavery. You want a slave. You feel like if you spend money on a man, that he belongs to you. He has to do what you say. He has to serve you, be at your beck and call, go fetch your food, blow dry your fupa, whatever. That's how you treat the men in your life, as slaves. They are not individual people with thoughts and dreams and aspirations and perhaps a social life and going places and doing things with others. No, they're supposed to just serve you. That is their sole purpose, to serve you, to amuse you, to fill up your time. Slavery. You're looking at him like that. You're treating him like that. And by the way, Foodie, this is going to hurt your feelings and I don't care, but it is the truth. Do you want to know why all of your relationships don't work? On top of the fact that you're an awful person, it's because you're already in a relationship. It's true. You're in a relationship that you're very, very faithful to. You've been faithful to for years, and you will not get a divorce from it. your food addiction. You've been ever faithful to your food addiction. It matters more to you than anything or anyone else. And as long as you maintain that relationship, as long as you're ever faithful to that relationship, no other relationship can come along and be of any kind of importance. Any other kind of relationship is going to fail. You are so devoted to your addictions and keeping them fed and keeping them happy that nothing else can compare. Because of the addictions being number one on the level ladder of importance.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why people care so much. I know. Charlotte, that's the golden question. The divorce is going to happen eventually, but it's not just like, it's a process. It's not like an overnight thing, you know? What is that? Rachel, you don't even make any sense into growing. I've done a lot of growing as a person.
Well, unfortunately, Foodie, you've been growing out, not up. I really wish you would have grown up, not out. Make some mental and emotional improvements, but you grew out, not up.
You don't know me. Hey, Kimby. Desert Sand, I can explain until I'm blue in the face what I mean, and people will not hear a word of it, so it is between us, yeah. I love The Cure. No, I don't. I don't live stream every aspect.
Yes, you do.
Not even close to it. That's what you think, and you don't know anything.
You know what's amazing, Chantal? You like to use your chat as free therapy. You try to treat those that are in your audience as therapists, like they're there to listen to your BS. You want to use them as a sounding board and sounding off. You won't actually go into real therapy that could help you. You're far too cheap and stupid for that. No. So you come online and you treat the people that are in your audience as therapists. You dump all of your dirty laundry on them, all of your personal stuff. At the same time, I'm sure they have their personal stuff going on and they don't really need to hear yours, but still, you insist on dumping your stuff on them because you are too cheap and too stingy to get a real therapist who would see right through your BS and give you real advice that might actually help. But you treat them as therapy. At the same time, you are nasty to your free therapist. How about that? People come to your channel to be entertained, to talk to you. They are not there to be your therapist. Even if there is a therapist in the audience, they cannot treat you. You are not their patient. But you expect them to come to your chat room at whatever hour you decide to stream and listen to your bullshit. Listen to you complain and whine about your life. And then you give them attitude. I mean, I don't, it makes me think that some of the Beezers are gluttons for punishment. That they show up and they listen to you and you're nasty to them. You're just a nasty person in general. Mean girl. A gluttonous mean girl. And they put up with that and they keep coming back. Lord.
Thank you, Ray. Thanks, Wally World.
And I'm going to say something that's going to blow the minds of all the Beezers. So if there are any Beezers that are coming over here, just lean in and listen. I know this may blow your minds. but it's true. That's the part that's going to blow your minds when you think about what I'm saying. I know this may sound pretty wild, but it is my opinion that a lot of you are involved in an abusive relationship with Foodie Beauty. I know, like, you're probably looking at the screen right now going, what? What are you talking about? Just hear what I have to say. What are some of the definitions of an abusive relationship? What normally happens during an abusive relationship? Normally, when you think of an abusive relationship, you think one person being hurtful to another person. So it's kind of wild to imagine, can one person online be abusive to a great many people all at the same time? Yes. Yes, it is possible that even from afar, somebody can be abusive to you and you're not even aware of it. It is possible. Chantal is an abusive, manipulative person. So in a normal circumstance of an abusive relationship, you have the person who's the abuser, you have whoever the target is. So in this case with YouTube, who are Chantal's targets? Everybody in the doggone audience, everybody who's a devoted beezer, every one of y'all. So her goal is to maintain control. She does that in many different ways. You know, there's way number one with the love bombing. I love you guys so much. You guys matter to me. I missed you guys so much. Like, when she feels it's necessary, she'll throw out the love bombing. So it's like the love bombing comes first. This makes you guys feel all warm and fuzzy for her. And then after the love bombing, there's the you got how can I describe it? You got elements of control. Like the control gets passed out. Sometimes Chantal will come online in a nasty mood. You know, anybody that's been around Chantal for the longest, they know about her nasty moods and how she's got a temper and she threatens to block and ban people. This is intimidation. So when you're dealing with an abusive person, they will use threats and intimidation to control you. And yet she does it in her chat. Does she not? Yes. A lot of you over there, you're walking on eggshells when it comes to Chantal. You're afraid of her nasty temper. You're afraid to say anything to piss her off. Even to say something, you're trying to be as nice as possible. You're tiptoeing around this one, but why? She's on YouTube. She just has a channel. Who is she? She's just a freaking YouTuber. Why should you be afraid of her? Like, if there's an element of fear going into somebody's chat room, maybe you shouldn't be there. Maybe that's not a person you want to be around. If you feel intimidated or threatened by them, like there's that hanging fear in the air. And then another thing that Chantal does to keep you around her, she feeds you scraps of hope and affection. She's never going to give you a full meal. You're never going to be satisfied. She'll just feed you scraps to keep you around, to keep you hanging on, to keep you donating, doing the super chats, the super thanks, sending the PayPal donations. That's purposeful. She knows how to gauge the audience. She knows, like, she can gauge when people are just about ready to let go of her ass. because they're tired of the nonsense and they're tired of the lies and manipulation. When she gets that feeling that you guys are ready to let go, that's when she'll start the love bombing. And that's when she'll start like, I'm going to go back to Canada. She's feeding you scraps, giving a little bit of something to eat to keep you hanging on because she still needs you. She wants to maintain control. Chantal is a weak person. And she feels strong controlling weaker people or making them weak to her will. So believe it or not, Beezers, all of you are involved in a long distance abusive relationship. Mind blowing, isn't it? But it's true. It is true. I know a lot of you may be waiting around to see the happy ending of this story, but there is going to be none. There's none. I'm sorry. She's an unhappy, toxic person. She's not willing to fix that. She's not willing to fix herself. Everything she's saying about, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, it's just words coming out of her mouth, but her actions do not match her words. She's going to make empty promises forever to keep you guys hanging on, keeping you hungry. You're never going to get a full meal, like I said. You're never going to have that day where you see her in Canada and she's happy and she's healthy and you're going to like, all of this was worth it. I hung on for this moment. This person, this YouTuber that I like, they're happy, they're healthy. I'm so happy to see this day. It's never going to happen because she does not care. Pain is her profit. She profits off of pain, being in pain, being sick. That's what makes her money. And she makes money off of all of you and keeping control of you. Why do you think she works so hard to tell you guys about, oh, the reaction channels are so evil? Are we? Or is it that the actions of a control freak that wants to make control over the masses to get what she wants out of them? You decide.
Yeah. So yeah, just so you know, I mean, we're not separated yet, so it makes sense when we're actually separated.
I mean, look at her now. You want an example of her control? Look at her right now. She's with Salah. They're supposed to be separated. She just let the man do what he wants. And she's telling him, oh, no. I'm still here. You got to do what I want until I leave. Control freak much.
That we're going to separate. Like, I think things would just be too difficult having to live together.
No, it'd be difficult for you. He could easily live with you while you're still there and be fine. It's you that's not fine because you're a happiness hater. You get busy yourself getting ready to leave and let him do what he wants. But you can't stand the fact that he's out having a good time with family. He's actually got a life outside the house. And as long as you can, you're going to stop him from being happy.
Yes, this is why we have expectations of each other. It's not just me. People act like this is so one-sided. What are you rolling your eyes for, Sarah?
You know what? You're such a nasty person, Chantal. Listen, if I didn't know you and I came across your channel and I saw this chat and saw the way you were talking to people, I would walk right back out. You're just a mean, nasty, see you next Tuesday, just snobby twat waffle. Yeah, you're a snobby twat waffle.
Yeah, right, Heidi. Most people don't have critical thinking skills. That's true.
Like how the Beezers put up with you talking about them and to them like this, I don't get it. Like, why do y'all put up with it over there? You don't have to. There are so many YouTubers out there that have entertaining channels that give a doggone about their content, care about their audience, respect their audience. Y'all ain't got to put up with her. Who does she think she is? All this attitude for what? She don't even give entertaining content. She don't even come on camera. Content is trash, Foodie.
Strix, I've been like dipping out on gatherings just because like mentally I'm just not great right now, but like I do want to see them before I go because I won't see them ever again. And I really, especially like Sasa and her family, and which is Salah's family as well. But not every day, no. Here, people gather like every single day. And, that's their way of life. But for me, I'm a lone wanderer. I'm a lone soul. So we're not actually separating until we separate, basically.
Gloria Sophia says there is a difference between breakup and separate physically. Are you breaking up? I'm confused. Yeah, me too. Can you clarify that, Foodie?
When I leave here, we'll be separated.
You're playing with words, Foodie. You're playing with words. When I leave here, we'll be separated. But yeah, but does that mean divorce? Like you're done? Are you done? Because if you're not done, you shouldn't be asking money from people for all kinds of moving expenses. It doesn't really sound like you're moving back to Canada. It sounds like you're going to go back there. You're going to, eat some Thanksgiving turkey and come right back to Syria.
Right now, we're working towards that. Until I leave, we have certain agreements.
Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that, Beezers? They're working towards that. So I'll tell y'all what. Since they're working towards that and they're not quite sure about that, then I guess you guys shouldn't be working towards giving her money. Since she's not sure, then there's really no reason to give her money for a sure thing.
Boundaries, things that we've discussed.
Boundaries. I think the only boundary is like you guys are done, so mind your business, Foodie.
And nobody knows what they are. So it's hard for people to judge what's going on when you don't know, Hey, Nina. Yeah, right, Charlotte. Hey, Tanya. Thanks, gains and losses.
Nubby Goat says separated equals divorce. That's the line that keeps getting blurred. Yeah, and she's doing it on purpose. She's playing head games with you Beezers. This is what Chantal does. She is manipulative. She's playing head games. She's playing games with words. Like any other person could clearly define and say what was going on, but not her. She's breadcrumbing y'all to keep you hanging on. What's going to happen next? What's really going on? To keep you tuning in for the next live stream. That's what's up. And you need to understand, Chantal, like you keep edging people, you keep breadcrumbing people to keep people hanging on, to keep people guessing. After a while, people get tired of that. If you do it too much, people get tired. And they get to a point where they don't even care anymore.
Not divorced right now, no. And I don't know why that matters. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't make any difference. We will be divorced eventually. It's hard to separate one, exactly.
I'm sure it'd be quite easy for Salah to separate from you, but you're insisting on being in the house. You're the one making it hard. You won't go home. When you got a place, just go.
When I was getting divorced, I was just about to move out when the COVID lockdown happened.
I mean, if everything is just too painful for you, let me look at the calendar. Today is the 12th. YouTube payday for you is on the 22nd. So another, 10 days until YouTube payday? Girl, you can go home, rent a room for 10 days. You got enough money. Don't lie. Get started on your beezing right then and there and let him be in peace.
They carry on living together for another 5 months. You acted until the last day, yeah. I know, Gabrielle. Divorce is something people deal with differently, yeah. Hey, Donna, Vegas. I divorced spinning 3 times. I don't know where they get this stupid, you need to say divorce 3 times shit, but that's not true at all. That's not true, Sarah. Yeah, it's an emotional separation as well.
It's emotional for you and not for him.
When I get to Canada, I might live a lifestyle that he doesn't approve of. But that's just, I mean, I want to be free and live my life.
You know what this is feeling like to me, y'all? This is feeling like the Kuwait slash Syria slash Middle Eastern arc is over. And Chantal is the writer. She's the producer of the Chantal show. And she's trying to find an angle. And she's trying to find a way to make it seem like she's not the fool. And she never was the fool for 3 years. She's trying to figure out an angle that gives her the best look. That she wasn't foolish for chasing a man who didn't love her for 3 years all across Syria and Kuwait. She's trying to come out the hero in this whole thing.
And I want him to be free and live his life, but we still love each other. It's complicated. It's not just black and white, like, okay, you just say the words, we're separated, so we can just both go and, disrespect each other, and it doesn't work that way.
No. If you're separated, it's not like you're not disrespecting each other. You would be disrespecting each other if you were in a relationship. But then once you separate, once you guys are done, like, how could it be disrespectful if you're just doing your own thing?
They're saying that crazy stuff because that's what Google says. Like, lay off the Google, people. It might hit me. I know it would be smart to try to detach, but it's hard.
You don't want to detach. You don't want to leave Syria. You don't want to leave Salah. You've built yourself a little comfy nest there in Syria. And I bet you wish you could stay forever, but you know you can't. Because the internet is not good. You are in a situation where you can't do what you want to make money on YouTube. You want to make money, you got to come back to Canada. It's as simple as that. You've got to do it. You know you've got to do it, and you're sticking your heels in the mud because you don't want to do it. But you don't want to let go of Syria. You like the fact that you don't have to pay rent. It's rent-free. You don't want to go back to Canada and be an adult and do adult things. And you especially don't like the idea of leaving Syria and leaving Salah alone, because once you're gone, he can come online and say what he wants. And I'm sure he will.
It's hard. I mean,
You're trying to control everybody, Chantal. You're trying to maintain control of Salah while you're still there. At the same time, you're going in a pizza's chat room and trying to dominate over him and his chat over there too. You're trying to maintain control of all the men in your life. At the same time, you don't even control yourself. You're trying to act like a boss in a workplace.
I'll be okay. Like, I think I'm learning to accept like different phases of life, and nothing is like permanent. And I know that this has to happen. Like, I know it's the best thing, even if it's painful. Because I'm picturing living here like forever. And it's just not.
Yep. See, there she goes. She's like, I want to stay here forever. See, she had no intention of leaving. But she's got to go, though.
Nothing against Syria, because, like, I'm okay when I'm here in the house, comfortable, with my cat, the fan, shisha, good coffee.
See, Salah's worst mistake was making her too comfortable. You can't do that with a professional leech, with someone who acts like an overgrown tick. You can't let him get too comfortable. Because if they get too comfortable and they got all their comforts, they don't want to leave. They don't want to detach.
Good food, watching movies on the huge TV. You know, like I'll be okay till we leave. You love him, so you're letting him go.
No, 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 no. Strick says you love him and you're letting him go. That's really beautiful. No, 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 no. It's not that she's letting him go, it's that she has to go. She has to go, and he's not going with her. Chantal does not let the men in her life go. Usually, when she's away from a man, it's because they forced her to go. They literally had to force her. BB, her ex, had to move his sister in for Chantal to leave him alone. Natter had to move to Montreal with Dee Dee for Chantal to let go. She does not let men go.
It is almost right, Charlotte. It's so hard to just like. So that's why when I said like, you have to realize like we're not actually acting like we're separated. Like we still call each other babe and stuff, and we still like oh sweet love and stuff like that. So it's like you know there's still like a lot of physical stuff, and you know what I mean. So it's like I don't think that it'll really the separation will be fully realized until I'm actually gone. You know, the new strawberries. Yeah, I'm super stoked to like all I've been doing is like planning what I'm gonna do. I'm super happy about Halloween. Um,
This is all bullshit. You know, Chantal, you're not a good liar. You're really not. That's why it's so stupid for you to lie. The things you say don't match the things you do. You're like, I'm so happy. I'm so stoked for Halloween. Though, why don't I hear the happiness in your voice? Shouldn't it be there? Where's the enthusiasm? Where is the I'm ready? I'm ready for the new life. I am excited. I'm stoked. I am pumped up. I'm not hearing that. You know what I'm hearing instead? I'm hearing I really don't want to go. I'm sad about going. I don't want to let go of Salah. I don't want to leave Syria. I built a nest here. I don't want to leave it. I don't want to go back to Canada and be alone. I want to stay here where he is here. That's what I'm hearing in your voice. Your voice is telling on you.
decorating my place. Yeah, I know I reveal too much sometimes. Am I bummed to miss Thanksgiving? Kind of. But Christmas dinner. Ellen Simons, welcome to Very Important Pieces, Very Sad Piece. Welcome, Ellen. Hey, Simply Ravishing. Thanks, Gabrielle. Yeah, be kind. Feel better in Canada? Just being completely free. Really, Saber? Nice. Everything, maybe then I'll be satisfied. You call your husband your love? Yeah, it's true, Charlotte. It's gonna be like crazy, people like put me down for my emotions that I have. Like, hey, Barbara. Nice, Susan. Have a good time. Brockville, wow. Like, I know Salah would never do this because he even says, like, after being in a 3-year marriage, you don't split up and go right into another relationship. And I do believe him, like, I don't know.
Take note of that. That's true. If you're in a relationship, it's just a bad idea to get into another relationship with someone. You should have taken that advice after you and Nader were done, because that's exactly what you did. When you finally figured out that you couldn't have Nader because Nader was with Dee Dee, what did you do, Chantal? You rebounded right over to Salah, and you did that out of spite and revenge. Salah was a rebound that went on for 3 years. He was a get back. You were getting back at Natter for rejecting you and also telling you you would never make a traditional wife. He told you that. That made you mad. And you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to be a traditional wife to a younger husband who's younger than you, who's more attractive than you. Everything was about a middle finger to Natter. And also, I think on another side of that, that you wanted to know what it was like to be married. You want to be able to say, I'm a married woman and I've got a husband. I don't know, maybe you kind of felt left out. Maybe there's people around you that are in relationships and you just felt left out. So you wanted to know what it was like to be in a relationship. So essentially, you played house with Salah for 3 years, pretending. You pretended to be married. It was never a real marriage. There was never a bond between you two. You guys did not have that couple synergy. Never. I mean, when you got it, it's there. When you don't got it, you can tell. You and Salah were never, ever even close to that couple synergy, that couple bond. For 3 years, you guys acting like awkward strangers in a coffee shop, sitting next to each other, with nothing to say with one another, nothing in common. It was a contract. That's all it was. It was you trying to prove something to Natter. Natter don't care. Now it's time to move on.
That's what he says. I don't think he would remarry soon, but if he does, whatever. But I don't know. But of course, like, just because you say you're separated, do you honestly think if we like said, okay, let's separate, we're still together here in the home, and like, do you think I would not have feelings if he was going out like doing things disrespecting me? He's not, but like people act like that wouldn't be a normal reaction.
So what? You guys are supposed to be separated and he's not supposed to do anything where he comes home happy just to make you happy? Is that the feeling? He's not supposed to go out. He's not supposed to spend time around family. He's not supposed to date. He's not supposed to do anything that when he comes home, he's got a smile on his face. Because if you saw him being happy, you're going to flip out. He's supposed to be acting miserable for 3 weeks straight. That's what it sounds like to me. Like, if I'm miserable, then you got to be miserable too. If I'm crying, you got to be crying with me. You got to match my emotion. You're not allowed to be happy until I'm gone and I can't see you be happy.
Like, oh well, you're separated, so screw you and your feelings. Like, clearly they've never been through anything like that. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, Lisa. I'm sorry for your loss. My buffering? No. Yeah, I know he'll eventually remarry. I'm totally okay with that.
And there's the call to prayer. And of course, she's not going to do anything. She's not going to get off and go, I got to do the call to prayer.
I need water. Hold on. Me personally, I don't want to ever get in a relationship. Like, I'm not emotionally, mentally steady to be going through that again.
And Chantal, the closer it gets the time of you leaving, the more unstable you're going to become. You know you. I don't know you on the personal, but I've been watching you for years and I've noticed all your patterns because you do have a lot of patterns. And one of your patterns is like when you fly on the seat of your pants. You never plan anything. Never. You're like everything will just work out the way that it does. So you don't plan. And you wait till last minute to do something. But when it comes to the guys that you get fixated on, if you know that you've got to leave them even for a short period of time, the closer it gets to the time of you walking away from them or them walking away from you or being separated from them, the more unstable you're going to be. You're going to start thinking about being away from that person, and then maybe your abandonment issues get triggered, and you're going to flip the F out and cause a scene. You know this about yourself. And you may not have the power to fix these things about yourself because you need to go to a professional therapist, but just the same, you are aware. So, what you should be doing, since you know these things about yourself, is saying, you know what, I just got to rip off the band-aid. I'm going to go now. I need to go now. I need to just suck it up, pack my bag, go to the airport, and leave early. I'll figure it out when I get back to Canada. Because waiting until the last minute is just going to make the situation worse.
Yeah, he's gonna be sticking to tradition. That's why. That's why I'm not gonna be like, as long as Julia's taken care of and he's with someone who doesn't dislike cats. Nah, he wouldn't, you know. Bye, Sarah. We don't need Islam police in here. The fuck? Who do people think they are trying to like judge people on how they like? What you go around to Christian people making sure they go to church on Sunday? Freaking hypocrites. Get a life. Hey, teardrop. Yeah, sure. Enjoy. It's not buffering for you.
And by the way, Beezers, if you think she's mean right now, if you think she's snotty right now, just wait. Wait till she gets back in Canada and she starts making money. Do y'all notice the flip in her behavior? Like, think about it. When she needed your money, when she wanted your money, when she's like, we're separating, we're divorcing, wasn't she nice as pie? She was. She was on her best behavior because she wanted your money. Now that it's obvious you guys are not going to give any more money, suddenly you're seeing her ugly side because she got your money. Now, what are you going to do about it? But just wait, it gets better. When she gets back to Canada, ooh, you guys are in for it. You have no idea what you're subbed up to, unless you do know, if you're from back in the day. But if you don't know, you're in for a rude shock. Chantal back in Canada doing her party favors, and some of them make her real mean. Like nasty mean. Back during Cracked Olympics, she would do the, the nose powder, the Coca-Cola, and the crash afterwards would put her just in a foul mood. We called it the Nattertude. And she would go on blocking sprees and block people. She would be blocking like 60, 70 people at a time. And this happened a lot. This was back when Chantal was making a lot of money. Her channel had a huge turnover. Not so much anymore. But she was treating her VIPs like crap. So if you think she's rude right now, just wait. It's about to get 10 times worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, this person is pissing me off. Gabriella Washburn says, do they eat their cats? No, they don't, Gabrielle. No, they don't. Cats are very revered with the Muslim people. Very revered. They do not eat cats.
Saber. How do you know he will, Caitlin? Do you know him? Are you a fucking god? Are you a fortune teller? Like, you don't know how he feels. People saying he's gonna remarry very quickly. Do you want to bet? You don't know anything about him.
So look how defensive she is. She's so defensive.
I'm not sad, Sneaker. I'm okay. I'm just trying to talk low because he's sleeping.
You shouldn't be talking at all. Chantal, you're telling on yourself. Do you realize you're telling on yourself? You are telling on yourself. It is 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. You guys allegedly have a real marriage, correct? So, if the two of you loved each other, like you still loved each other, and according to you, you guys are still knocking boots, why aren't you in the room with him sleeping? If I were with somebody and we still had feelings for each other, it's going to be over soon, but it's not over yet. Then I would want to spend as much time with that person that I could. If I got 2 weeks left, I know I got 2 weeks. Like, that's the last amount of time we're going to be together. Make whatever memories you can. Unless things are different, the dynamic is different. It's like you go your way, I go mine. But you're stressing out about leaving him, but yet you're not spending time with him. Make it make sense.
Bye, Caitlin. A few text messages 2 fucking years ago is nothing, so shut the fuck up. Charlotte. Yes, it is.
This is.
What do you
Shut up, Chantal. This is how Chantal feels powerful. She has dominion of her chat room over other people. She feels like the important girl, like the mean girl in high school. Everybody looks up to me. Everybody's paying attention to me. Everybody's giving me money. It gives her attitude. She feels strong having control over other people. And yet, if those other people weren't around, what control would she have?
think it is? Somebody selling things at this hour? No, Squeaky from.
Yeah. Squeaky From says, you worried about the turd bothering you when you go back? He should be worried about her bothering him. She's going to be bothering him. Can you imagine? Chantal in Canada alone. She's going to be all over Natter. Guarantee she will. She'll be making that phone call. Can I come over? I'm bored. I need some party favors. Hook me up.
Hey, Vanessa. Is Julia still stealing bread? Yes. She does. Yeah, it's like 5 a.m. What? Dollywood? I don't think so. Someday. Obviously, I'm gonna be okay with that. Like, it's a no-brainer. Prayers are personal anyway, exactly. But who are people? You don't know him. You don't know when he's gonna move on. Nobody's friggin' business. Nobody. I know Katie. In Islam, there's to be no judgment. Keep focused on what is going on in your own family. Exactly. And there's also no compulsion. What were you eating, Teardrop? Ugh, is that the Jamie that was in a relationship with Marty? Gross. You can get out of here. How, like, who the fuck do you think you are coming in my chat? Until he can hold a note on a keyboard. Gross.
You know, here's what I think the plan is for Salah. I think Salah is trying his best to play nice. You know, just keep things peaceful, keep the waters peaceful until Chantal gets back in Canada. Because she is an abusive, manipulative, evil person with a bad temper. who might also be physically abusive, throwing things at people. So he's just trying to navigate his way around a 550-pound pile of dynamite. And he doesn't want it to go off. He's like, let me just play the game. Let me just navigate as quietly and peacefully around her as I can. I'm going to hold it in. I'm going to just put up with her until she gets on the plane. I want to get her a safe distance away from me. So I think he's waiting for her to go. Although I've got my doubts. I do. I have my doubts about her even going. There might be a chance, y'all, that she might just be telling Salah what he wants to hear to, on her end, to keep the peace. If he's pressing on her and saying, when are you leaving, Chantal? Did you find a place yet? She might be telling him what he wants to hear just so he'll calm down. And then in true Chantal fashion, on the day that she's supposed to leave, he approaches her and says, hey, it's time to go. I got to take you to the airport. I'm not going. Why not? I don't have any money. What do you mean? I'm broke. Where'd all your money go? That's when the questions start coming. I thought you said you had a house. I lost it. Like that's when everything starts unraveling, is at the 11th hour. So he's going to say what he needs to say to keep the peace around her, and she's going to say what she needs to say to maneuver her way around him. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens at the end of the month.
I am Sneaker. Hey, Apier. Once you and this traveling circus leaves, he will fade into... He will live a normal life. That's what he wants, Charlotte. That's what he wants.
Yeah, well, the YouTube thing was never him. It was all you. You're happy living online and living your life completely online. That's not his life, obviously.
Yeah. But yes, I mean, logically, if we're separated, I can't, I don't want him to be single. He's...
Yes, you do. You want him to be single. You don't like the idea of any of the men that you've been involved with finding someone and having a happy life. I remember all the way back, Chantal, when you and Pete were living together. You were no longer interested in Pete. You were not attracted to him, nor involved with him romantically, but you did want control of him. But I remember when you put him on camera, there were some women kind of flirting with Pete a little bit. And you would get mad and shut that down. And then there was Winnie from Winnipeg. There was a woman named Winnie that he was talking to on a dating site, and you got all kinds of jealous. Not because you romantically wanted to be with Pete, but just you knew that if another woman came in the picture and got involved with Pete, you would lose complete control of him. It's all about maintaining control. You don't want any of the men in your life to be with another woman, because that's something you have a trouble competing with, is another woman. You can't compete. You suck.
A young man living in a tradition with his family in a traditional country, and well, you know what I mean, country where there's traditions and stuff, and exactly right. Yeah, he likes the life here. So there's nothing I can do. And I want to be single.
No, you don't. You don't want to be single. You're saying that to make it seem like I'm moving on. I'm single as a Pringle, and I'm an independent woman, and I'm doing things for myself, when you are the most codependent, clingy person ever. You're going to find someone to cling to.
48 and Teardrop. Latino and Greek. Oh my gosh, Angel Fly. Yeah. It is good for him to be socializing and doing things for sure, yeah. It's too much work, right? Taco burgers. What is a taco burger? Like taco meat on a burger? Like a sloppy Joe. Hey, Tracy. Honestly, I'm gonna be single for the longest time, and if I ever get in a relationship again, I'm gonna buy one of those dolls online.
Should have done that to begin with. I mean, sliding doors here. Sliding doors. If you had gone that route, Chantal, and you bought Oliver, the sax doll, that one that cost $2,000, the content that you could have done with Oliver, not explicit content, no, but just putting Oliver on camera, and Oliver could have been the perfect co-host. He could have just sat there, just there, not in your way, not being a pain in the butt, not being awkward. You just spent a couple grand on Oliver. What that could have done for your channel. But you chose the living version of Oliver. And how much money did that cost you? And it wasn't even worth it. You're an idiot.
And have a man that can't talk. So yeah, yeah, I'm telling you, they're like 2,400. So if anyone wants to help when I get into Canada,
No, ma'am, no, you're going too far. You're doing too much. It's enough that the Beezers are helping you. They helped you get a place. They paid for it. You probably got one to co-sign on the apartment. You're asking them to pay for a car, pay for a scooter, and now you want them to pay for a sax doll so you can get your bells rung. No. I think you need to take care of that. That's kind of on the personal side. That is not up to the Beezers to help you with.
that will be the extent of it. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
Well, you shouldn't be going to your Beezers and asking for a sax doll. That's just tacky.
Dress up for Halloween. Don't talk about food. Chicken pot. I know I want chicken pot. I want St. Hubert's. The
Boy, here we go with the food talk.
reborn salad doll. Get a salad doll. The longest I've been single? Oh my gosh. I can't even remember. Pacey feet can. What, Grimace? Easy pee. It don't matter if they can't feel pain. Hey, Missy Med. Yeah, the reborns are baby dolls. No, this is like a grown-up doll. Dress up as a Nashi. Come on. About that. It's about... That's the extent. If I'm never getting in another relationship ever again.
Island Dragonfly says, this is what happens when you play with your Barbies too much. Oops.
Yes, teardrop. I remember that. Don't know. Cherry is sponsoring the scooter. So I'm thinking I have the scooter in my cart. It's $1,200. I wonder if I should get it. I'm gonna get it when I get to Canada.
You're not going to get a scooter. It's not even going to make sense. By the time you got to Canada, it's going to be snowing outside. It's going to be cold. There's going to be ice on the sidewalks. It's going to be a mess. Chantal, I'm not trying to be mean, okay? You are close to 600 pounds. A scooter out there that can support your weight would cost a lot of money. You can't get one of those foldable scooters. You got to get one with a nice, solid frame. As a matter of fact, let me just look something up real quick. Hold on. Okay, I'm looking up mobility scooters that Chantal could get. Like, she can sit there and say she's 300 pounds. She's not 300 pounds. She's close to 6, okay? So I was curious. I am very curious, like how much it would cost to get a mobility scooter that could support all of Chantal's weight. So here's what we got. I looked on Amazon. I would think something like this heavy duty mobility scooter. Okay, this one's 500 pounds. So it's not 600, but she is over the 500-pound limit. $3,412. So she would need something like these. I don't think these would work. I really don't think so. Something tells me she would break these. Like she would break the motor. Like the motor would not be big enough. But to be comfortable, I think these over here, these two, like it would give her enough sitting room. Can we just take a look at these? Like this, the seats do not look big enough for her. I remember having the gaming chair, and she had to have an XL gaming chair. That chair looks too small for her. Like that, with the armrests, it would cut into her stomach. Like the chairs, like they're too small. She would need something heavy duty, almost like a off road vehicle. Maybe something like this. Something solid, something that, you know, it's all one piece. And even that chair looks smaller. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like thinking that she's going to get a mobility scooter that's going to work for $1,000. No, ma'am. No. No. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to have to spend at least 2 or 3 grand for what you're looking for.
Right, Donna? That's how I'm gonna be. Oh, Missy, my appendicitis. That's serious. Appendicitis? Get home first, yeah. Scooter in the snow. Really, Heidi? Yeah, 6 months. Wow. That'll do it. Hey, cheese. I don't know. The snow, I probably won't go out in the scooter like when there's a lot of snow. Like on a snowfall day, I'll just stay inside. But once they plow and everything, once the roads are clear, 4-wheel drive. We love the train. Yeah. Read the reviews. Yeah, for sure. I'll just have to return it if it sucks.
And that's probably what she plans on doing. She plans on people giving her money for a scooter. Let's just say the Beezers gave her $1,000 or $2,000 for a scooter. She would get the scooter, show it off once, and then make an excuse about, oh, it's not working for me or it's not good enough, and then return it and then get the money. She would get the money for it. I mean, that's another type of scam. Hey, buy this for me. Somebody buys you something and you turn around and you sell it and get the money for the item. Free money, why not?
I still have mobility. I don't know why I can't be fighting for mobility at the same time as using a mobility scooter. Even if I'm in shape, I'm not walking 20 kilometers. Screw that. I don't give a crap. I hate that stuff. I'd rather.
You know what, Chantal? Instead of asking for a mobility scooter or a sack stall, well, you should be like wanting to get for your new place, wherever that may be, is a treadmill. And you can walk whenever you wanted to walk, regardless of the weather, and get some of your mobility back. But you don't care about your health. But I'm just saying.
Rather scoop.
But it's spending $2,000 on a sack stall. How about getting a bariatric treadmill so you can get your mobility back?
Compression helmet? I'm using it like a car, Tracy. Hey, Amy Jo.
So Tracy says, aren't you using the scooter like a car? What is the problem? The problem is, honestly, there would be no problem, Tracy, if she were spending her own money. If she wants to spend her own money and get herself a scooter, a car, a off-road vehicle, whatever she wants to spend her own money on is fine. As long as she's buying. But she's going to her beezers and saying, I want, I need, I want, I need, give me, give me, give me, give me. She's coming up with all these things that she wants and she needs, and yet she's not willing to pay for them. I want, I need, I want, I need. It's sickening.
It's not about the cost for Julia to come, it's the journey is so strenuous and stressful for her. She's so happy in this place, catching bugs and all.
I'm sure that when Chantal got Julia, that she knew in the back of her mind when the time came for her to go, that she was going to leave Julia there. There was never any plan to bring Julia to Canada, ever.
Olives and, you know.
Like, as far as Chantal is concerned, she was a street cat. So what does she care about a street cat?
Yeah. Charlotte. Really sneakerhead. Yeah, it's just, what's the difference between a scooter and a car? Not really much. I mean, well, the scooter, you can take it inside stores.
Or is the reason why Chantal wants to get a scooter because that would give her like a way to get around because she doesn't have the money to get a car right now? Is that it?
I think it's just like better for me. I'll be able to go out and do more, you know? What's a mohawk helmet?
And I got her speeded up, y'all. You guys saw me earlier. I speeded her up and she's still talking slow. Speeded. Chantal, get a cup of coffee. Or go to bed. One of the two.
Y'all are sick. Yeah, there are sick people, Nuppy. People who think they're cool using killer names, huh? Very funny. Yeah, like you, idiot. Get out of here. Bye. Why the fuck are you? You know you only live once, Casey Anthony. You're spending your time in a chat where you don't like the person. Do you not have any hobbies or children to take care of?
Well, you know what, Chantal? You're going after people coming into your chat and trolling. But I could ask the same question about you. I would like to pose that same question to you. You don't like the reaction channels, right? You think we're all scumbags. We're awful people. We're evil. We're zombies. We're vultures. Yet you make a point to go on Twitter with your little sock accounts. And then you get in people's comment sections also with your sock accounts because you're too much of a coward to say what you want to say on your original Foodie Beauty account. Sarah Lee, you have more socks than you do shoes. And that one Sarah Lee account, you've used it so much it's practically got holes in it. You need another sock. So why do you go on reaction channels and make yourself known to say awful things? If you don't like it, don't look. Don't listen. Don't pay attention. But you just can't help yourself. So how can you criticize somebody for coming into your chat and doing what they do when you do what you do?
Or some adult coloring. Go visit your effing grandpa. I don't know. Get the hell out of here. See ya. It is 5:30. So I was planning my streaming room today. Because I'm just gonna pick like a background. So I have like my room. Take your kids to the park. Coffee bees. And then
like all of this talk about I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to paint my house this way and I'm going to decorate it. You're breadcrumbing people. You're teasing people. You're teasing your subs. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Beezers, I'm telling you, just wait and see. You'll see that all of this stuff she's saying right now, it's all empty promises. She's not going to fulfill her promises to you, these expectations that she's putting in place. It ain't gonna happen.
And then I'm just gonna have a stream room and not show like anything else. And then
Like, it doesn't even matter if Chantal decorates her new apartment. Within a month, the place is gonna be trashed. Everywhere Chantal goes, whatever place she lives in looks like a hoarder house. It's full of garbage. It's full of trash, rotten food, mummified food in the KFC drawer, fruit flies. Notice that every place she goes, there's freaking fruit flies. There were fruit flies in Canada. There were fruit flies in Kuwait. There were flies in Thailand. The flies just seem to find Foodie wherever she's at. And because she's filthy.
I think like I'll try to go out almost every day to do like some kind of coffee bees or something. Maybe in the scooter, in the car at first, and then the scooter. Hey, Sam Crenshaw, thank you for the super chat.
That might be disastrous, Chantal. That might be disastrous, you doing a coffee bees in the scooter. Let me tell you why. Because when you drink coffee, what happens? A lot of people have this effect. You drink the coffee within 10 minutes, you got to go to the bathroom. And I know there's a lot of people watching this react. Y'all are blushing right now because you know what I'm talking about. You've been there, don't lie. You drink that coffee, next thing you know, I got to go. It happens. What do you want from me? It happens to me. I'll be the first to admit it. But imagine Foodie with her hyperactive digestive system drinking coffee, and then she gets the urge to go and she's stuck on that poor scooter.
Um, you know, I'm not gonna get a green screen because I'm just gonna show a wall. So no, they can't gains and losses. Julia is a snub-nosed breed.
You know what? You're using the fact that she's a snub-nosed breed. I can't bring her because of this, and this. You never intended to bring her, but you're making it seem like I'm thinking of her. No, you're thinking of yourself. And you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay with you not bringing Julia. I am. I think she's going to do far better without you than with you. You shouldn't even own a cockroach as a pet. The cockroach would die because you eat all the doggone food and it starved to death. But I'm okay with you not taking Julia with you. It wouldn't make sense. You don't even know where you're going. You don't have a place for yourself. And you're going to take another innocent life with you on this long adventure across the ocean, and you have no idea where you're going to end up. Yeah, it's best to leave her there.
Heidi. Really, Luke? Wow. Right, can be, it'd be hard to give them back. No, I don't. I actually don't want a pet for a while.
You shouldn't want a pet ever. If you want to go home and like bees and get yourself together, you don't need a pet right now. Stop using animals as props. Just get your head together. Figure out what you're going to do. Get your health back before you bring a pet around you. Chantal, I'm just going to say it. Look, you are in a position where you need a caretaker. You honestly need someone around to take care of you. And if you're in that kind of condition, you really don't need a pet because pets need someone to care for them. And if you can't do it, you don't have the mobility, you don't have the strength, you don't have the stamina to take care of a pet, then you don't need a pet there to begin with.
It's not, no. Stovetop and gravy. I mix my stovetop with my mashed potatoes. Oh my god.
And here go the Beezers talking about doggone food. Y'all know what that leads to, and I cursed you out for that already.
Yeah, like normal, like real turkey is.
I'm not even Chantal, and I'm getting hungry because I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Talk about turkey and stuffing, and I'm getting hungry. My stomach is sitting here rumbling right now. Like, so if I'm getting triggered, I know Chantal's getting triggered.
Who is it? I'm just gonna probably get like a wig and a mustache. I don't know. ever completely stop talking to Salah. He's, you know, rutabagas.
So is like the last half of this her talking about food? Because if so, I'll cut it off now. I don't care.
On everything. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. She loves blooming onion. Hey, Maxine. You don't just want to give up on that, you know? You try to make it work. And a lot of the time it did. It's just the way life has turned out now. Um, yeah, gains and losses. I've been doing that for 3 years now. So,
I have to wonder. This is just me wondering out loud. I'm wondering if Chantal is like, we are separated. We are not separated. We are separating. Because maybe she's trying to hold on to the hope that somehow, some way, she can convince Salah to keep her there. Like she's trying to behave herself for now so that he'll keep her there. I don't know. Like she's manipulative. Who knows what she's up to?
mm. It's because of the Nashi, yeah. Just life, like for me, is just not like comfortable for me here. Like it is and it's not.
Good if you're not comfortable. Good. You shouldn't be comfortable. You shouldn't be getting comfortable. You're not a citizen of Syria. You're supposed to be a tourist. You're not supposed to be living over there. You're supposed to show up, take some pictures, enjoy the sights, and then get the F out. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But you've been essentially squatting in Syria, and it's time to go. You shouldn't get so comfortable in another country that you don't live in that you want to live there and you're making yourself a nuisance.
You know.
The crazy thing is, Chantal, is that you feel uncomfortable in Syria. You're not happy there. And yet, when you went home to Canada and you had every reason to stay, you were uncomfortable in your own country. You're like, I'm not happy here and I'm lonely and I miss Julia and I miss Salah and I don't like this apartment. I've been watching you for so long. I have yet to see a place where you were comfortable and happy. You weren't comfortable and happy in Canada. You weren't comfortable and happy in Cuba. You weren't comfortable or happy in Kuwait, in Syria, in Thailand. You've been to almost half a dozen places in the world. You didn't connect with any of them. You didn't feel joy in any of them. They were just places to plop down and be gluttonous. But you've never found your happy place. To add to that, when you had a lot of money, when you were making a lot of money, you weren't happy. Also, now that you're not making a lot of money, you're not happy either. So it's like no matter where you go in the world, there you are. And you're not happy with who you are or where you're at. You're not happy with money. You're not happy not having money. What exactly is it that will make you happy? What is your happy place? I don't even think you know. You look towards people and places to keep you happy, but what you're missing is you have to make yourself happy. And if you're filled to the brim with unhappiness, that's for you to fix. No one else can. You got to be your own mechanic and fix the broken parts.
I don't subsidize anything. Yeah. It's just,
You know what, Chantal? I saw a picture online many years ago and I never forgot it because I loved it so much. It said, some people are so broke, all they have is money. That's you. You are so broke, all you have is money. And you are the very definition of the other old saying, money can't buy happiness. It's all you've been trying to do for so many years is buy happiness, and you've never been able to really buy it. You've bought so many things, but the one thing you cannot buy is happiness. You've bought distractions, companionship, but you haven't bought happiness, and that's why you're so unhappy now.
besides change your whole life and move across the world. He's done a lot for me too. Hey, Katie.
Okay, I don't like this comment. Eliza says, what did she do for him besides change her whole life and move across the world? Eliza, are you stupid? Or is that Chantal has you fooled? One of the two. She chose to move to Kuwait. She chose that. It was not forced upon her. She chose that. She chose to chase a man that did not want her, did not love her across the world because she was desperate for companionship. And all she was desperate to spite Natter. That's all this was spiting Natter and giving him the middle finger because he rejected her. As soon as she figured out that she was not going to get Natter, she ran right to Salah. Salah was a rebound that went on for 3 freaking years. And it cost her a lot of money and it brought her a lot of unhappiness. And she was the fool that once she started to get unhappy, she should have left, but she didn't. She just kept going back and going back and going back. And let's not forget about the fact that she's got a bankruptcy on her record and she's over there running to other countries, trying to hide from her financial responsibilities. She don't want them catching up to her. She could have fixed her stuff while she was in the Middle East. She never did. Like a little girl, ha ha, I'm hiding, you can't find me. So what she did for him? No, what she did for herself. She ran from Canada because she created quite the mess in Canada for herself. And she was hiding from her mess versus fixing her mess.
Don't expect people to understand the kinds of sacrifices you've made to be. I don't expect them. They don't even have. They all share one collective brain cell, Charlotte. 500 kids with no money. It's very hard to make money here. But he has some things going on, so he'll be all right.
I'm sure he will. He's got family, he's got a support system. I'm sure he'll be more than fine. His friend Allah, a long time ago, did say, you know what, Foodie, stay away for a month. In a month, he'll be fine. Even Allah said that. Like, Foodie's bothered because in a month, Salah would be fine. Her, not so much. It bothers her that the people that she involves herself with, they have options for life, for relationships, for love, and she doesn't have any. She has none to go to.
And furthermore, what we do for each other is no one's fucking business. Seriously.
I am so sick to death already this morning of your stuck up, bitchy attitude. It's getting on my nerve. It's a Sunday morning, Foodie. Dang it. Can you not be pleasant today? I'm sitting there drinking my coffee, woman. And you with your snotty attitude is just getting on my last nerve. Like, I wish when you got in a mood like this, just keep the camera off. Do what you got to do to feel better. Okay? Keep this bad attitude to yourself. It's so off putting.
Actually, Cassie, you're wrong because YouTubers can choose what to share and what not to share. Just because I'm a public figure doesn't mean that I don't.
You're not a public figure. The irony of what you're saying, I'm a public figure. At the same time, you're not even turning your camera on. You're not even turning your camera on. You don't want to go out in public. You don't want to do anything in public. Maybe wherever you are in Canada, you want to go and get a nasty and then come back home. How can you call yourself a public figure when you're not even out in the public and you avoid the public?
Don't have any right to any privacy. Like,
you don't want anything to be private, Foodie. You could have a private life. You just don't want a private life. You don't know how to keep things to yourself.
no idea, cutie beauty, no idea. Right, Eliza.
By the way, hurry up. I'm hungry. I want to go eat breakfast. This live went on too long.
I don't know, Tina. Thanks, Apier. Oh, yeah. I am menopausal. Thanks, Apier. Thanks, Apier. Thanks, Apier. Do I feel like I can sleep? Let me try. Blocked B. Yeah, when I'm in a bad mood, especially any little stupid comment, I just. I didn't, Tristan Maddie. Yeah, Jane Doe. I'm in a great new apartment. I'm happier than I ever imagined. Good boy. No, it's with a dog. I think I should go to bed soon, eh?
Yeah, you think? Go to bed.
Ugh. I want Burger King.
I don't care. I want breakfast. Hurry up with this live already.
That's why
I'm sorry, y'all. She put me in. I was like, my stomach is sitting here growling. I just want to get this done and upload it to YouTube so I can go eat. Hurry up, Foodie.
staying clear today. No, but you never piss me off, Elvira. You're not stupid. You don't make stupid comments. I get your drift, man. I was watching Slender Man. Is it good? I always see it on.
You know what? I think I remember this live. I was watching part of it last night. She just talks about food the last half. Okay, we've got like it's a 123, another what? 30 minutes or so? Another 30 minutes. And she just talks about food and she babbles. I don't care. I'm hungry. We're going to end it here. How about that? 2 hours. I'm cool with that. We don't need to make it longer than that. There's no reason to go longer. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.